Jamie Carragher says the transfer will continue after the Dominik Szoboszlai deal. Liverpool may have spent close to £100 million on new midfielders this summer, but Jamie Carragher has revealed that Jürgen Klopp is still planning another addition to the division. The Reds acted quickly to correct their troubled position last season, pushing two midfielders in from the door. With the addition of Alexis Mac Allister and Dominik Szoboszlai, the Reds made their intentions clear. Indeed, a new number 10 and a new number 8 would add even more goals to the Liverpool side. Szoboszlai scored an impressive 10 goals, made 14 assists and directly contributed to 24 goals last season. The Hungarian player inherited a legendary jersey at Merseyside. Meanwhile, Mac Allister scored 11 goals for Brighton last season. Naby Keita, who left the team at the end of last season, has the potential to pose more threats than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner. Klopp doesn't look like he's done yet on the transfer front. Journalist Ben Jacobs is reportedly still in the market for a new number 6, which Liverpool claims is seriously investigating a deal for Romeo Lavia. The midfielder's departure from Southampton this summer is highly anticipated. But its £50 million valuation could pose a problem. That said, Liverpool looks ready to strike a deal. And there's optimism on Merseyside that Liverpool can get their signing a little cheaper. Carragher also thinks Klopp will target another midfielder addition. The Liverpool legend believes Liverpool are planning to sign a defence this summer. Discussing their work so far and still the future, Carragher has made his feelings clear. I think they need at least another midfielder. I think Liverpool will get another midfielder, and I think they will need another defender as well. It is not yet clear whether this is a central defender or a fullback. There's been a lot of talk about whether Liverpool will keep the system they finished the season in, and that's really interesting, but I think they're going to get two more players, he said. This speech by Carragher refers to the centres where Trent Alexander-Arnold plays in the role of a creative midfielder. The right-back has proven to be one of the most creative stars in recent years, with an impressive 66 assists since stepping out. But with his defensive qualities proving his downfall, Liverpool have carried him into midfield ever since. He also maintained that position for England in two Euro 2024 qualifiers at the end of the season. Now it seems unlikely to move back there. However, Liverpool will need to sign a new right-back to implement the plan. In its current form, only Joe Gomez can really be there. And the links to the likes of Benjamin Pavard certainly make a lot of sense amid allegations that Bayern Munich is willing to sell. Moreover, the wrong side of both Thiago Alcantara and Jordan Henderson 30. Therefore, another midfield addition makes a lot of sense. Liverpool have Fabinho number 6. But the Brazilian's performance levels dropped last season and it makes sense to seek a replacement like Lavia. Unpredictable, Chiesa might be Klopp's own prank. Not content with making major improvements in Liverpool's midfield, Jürgen Klopp may be about to raise his side widely with the signing of Juventus star Federico Chiesa. Liverpool brought in Brighton and Hove Albion's Alexis Mac Allister for a £35 million starting fee early in the transfer window, while Dominik Szoboszlai joined the team after the Reds triggered the £60 million release clause in his Leipzig contract. James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Roberto Firmino have each left as free agents, and Klopp is certainly looking to get at least one more signing after one last bad Premier League campaign. According to Italian broadcaster La Gazzetta dello Sport, Liverpool are vying to sign Chiesa, which a number of teams are interested in, including domestic rivals Newcastle United. For the Italian star, Juventus wants at least €60 million. Chiesa's career was somewhat derailed in January 2022 by an ongoing long-term injury. There have been a number of minor issues that continue to plague him in 2022 to 2023. However, the star of the Italian national team made 32 appearances in all competitions, the last time for Juventus. He was more involved in the game from the bench and played a direct role in 10 goals. According to FBref's player comparison model, Chiesa's stats last season are very similar to those of Bukayo Saka, who had a particularly lively season for Premier League runners-up Arsenal. Chiesa scored 0.7 in 90 minutes, compared to 0.7 for Saka, and they shot at a similar rate. These similarities are also evident in various other metrics, such as passes completed, crosses per 90 minutes, and even shots attempted per 90 minutes. Soccer excelled in other areas, including the percentage of aerial duels won, but Chiesa struggled more often and regained the ball more often. Chiesa's talent has been evident since joining the Fiorentina team in 2016, while his profile has gone up several places with his performance for Italy at Euro 2020. "He's a player I love so much because he's unpredictable," said former Italian forward Antonio Di Natale. "He's going left and right and doing some tricks. You never know where he's going," he said. "Just like soccer, it is unpredictable what he will do when." But Klopp knows exactly what kind of player he will get if Liverpool moves forward with his interest in the Juventus ace. Mohamed Salah has a contract for 2 more years, but the Egyptian star is 31 years old and heading towards the end of his career. Also, there is no alternative option close to him in the team. Because of this, Chiesa becomes much more valuable. Ibrahima Konate is on the radar of the Italian giant. Serie A champions Napoli are reportedly looking to sign Liverpool defender Ibrahima Konate this summer. The 24-year-old came from Leipzig 2 years ago and gave impressive performances to show that the Reds are the best centre-back option. Konate managed to become Liverpool's standout player in this position in 2022-2023. Indeed, when appropriate, the French player averaged 2.1 tackles and 1.4 interceptions per game in the Premier League, while Van Dijk averaged 1.4 tackles and 0.8 tackles per game. Earning £70,000 a week, Konate is a key player for Liverpool and could reign for many years, assuming he remains at Anfield for the foreseeable future. But in conjunction with Konate's shocking exit from the Reds, an alarming new update has surfaced. According to information from Italian sources, Napoli are considering a summer move for the Liverpool ace. Napoli wants to install Konate to replace Kim Min-jae, who is preparing to join Bayern Munich. The fact that he hasn't played much for the Reds is seen as one reason Napoli have the chance to potentially sign him. But they realize that a considerable fee will be required to have any chance of catching it. Frankly, the idea of Liverpool losing Konate this summer seems like a very bad scenario considering they are still only 24 years old and have many years ahead of them at the top level. With Van Dijk and Joel Matip both getting old, Joe Gomez is nothing more than a backup option. It is therefore imperative that the Reds retain someone who can be the leader of their defense in the future. While Napoli are clearly a great club in their own right, Konate still wants to be one of the top players in Liverpool's championship-winning squad in 2023-2024. Jürgen Klopp hailed Konate as incredibly talented and undoubtedly highly valued him. The Reds boss openly used him whenever he was available. Liverpool plans to keep their services for as long as possible.